Thank you for watching WISD TV and welcome to Trojan Country. My name is Dale Caffey on the campus of University High School to introduce you to the brand new head football coach here in Trojan land. This is Keith Willis, Waco's own Keith Willis. Welcome home, Keith.
Thank you, Dale. Glad to be home.
Well, talk about your journey on the way to University High School.
All right. Well, great. Dale, it's been a wonderful journey, and I'm just really pleased to be back in town. My journey started at Jefferson Moore at University High School, and from University Jefferson Moore, and then from there I went to Sam Houston, where I was a wide receiver at Sam, and then had a chance to try out with the Houston Oilers, and from there I ended up going into advertising. So I sold Spanish radio advertising, and then started out as a coach with Marty Herbst. Marty was my boss over at Lake Air Middle School, and I did that for 3 years and 2 years at the 9th grade center. And then I had the great fortune to become the head coach, first head coach and athletic director at Lago Vista High School, Lago Vista ISD. I did that for 4 years, and we left Lago Vista, came back to Waco, where I thought we'd have a chance to play for a state championship, and in 2006 we did. We played for a state championship there, and after being in Waco for 7 years, I ended up getting back in the big chair, going to Marlin, and we helped to turn that program around, a tradition-rich program, just needed a little tweaking, and then this past year I spent in Austin, at Austin LBJ, another tradition-rich purple people eater program. So just glad to be back in Waco.
Well, you really never left Waco. You worked at all these places, but it seems like you always had that home in Waco that you lived at or came back to.
Absolutely, Waco's my home. Waco's my home, and my wife and I have kept our home here in Waco, even going to Marlin and even going to LBJ there in Austin. We've always been Waco at heart, and I've always been a South Waco guy. Worked at Waco High, loved the people at Waco High and loved that experience, but I'm from South Waco.
We'll talk X's and O's in just a minute about the Trojans this fall as you get ready for the season, but talk about the training ground that you had under Coach Johnny Tusa at Waco High School.
Hard to beat, Dale. I mean, really and truly hard to beat. Having an opportunity, first of all, to work with Coach Coleman, Coach George Dupree, Coach Terrell Lloyd here at University, and then transferring to Jefferson Moore, and as a 16-year-old kid, you think that's the worst thing that could ever happen to you. I've only worn the University purple and the University middle, red. That's all I know. But having a chance to go over and work with Johnny Tusa and his staff, I think it's a second-to-none experience. As a matter of fact, that's where what I do today, Dale, is I just work based on my experience. I don't try to go outside of the box. I do what I was trained to do, and because the likes of Johnny Tusa, who in my mind is one of the greatest coaches that has ever donned a ball cap. But then some of the other guys who worked with us at Waco High, he had an outstanding staff, and I learned from so many of those guys. So from everything from personnel and how to deal with people in general, how to deal with the public, communication, and then the last thing you get to do is football, and that's the most fun of all. But you have to take care of some of those other things before you get to football, and I had great training with that, so I'm really proud of that.
I'll know that you'll be soon looking at your 1, 2, 3 deep chart here at University to see who's returning. But the first thing that I gather from you when you look at a program is first 2 words, character and integrity, because those are the things that you first look at to make sure that the young men who play for you understand that's where it's at.
Well, thank you, Dale. I'm glad that those sort of things shine through because in our programs, because that's what it's all about. I think it's incumbent upon a coach, not, as I've always said, to be a subject matter specialist, but to be someone who can help these kids to become the best individuals, the best people that they can be. Our program is about building people. It's not necessarily about winning and losing, but winning is a byproduct of doing things right. It's a byproduct of being there early. It's a byproduct of working hard. It's a byproduct of just being the best person that you can be. If you do those things, I guarantee you that you'll win. And that's what we've done. As a head coach, we've employed those characteristics, you know, just to, we go in and talk to people, talk to kids about making a difference. We talk to them about being accountable, you know, first of all, being responsible for themselves and accountable to the team. And after a while, it just is something that they buy into, and it goes without saying. So, yes, sir, character, integrity, or you know, those are the things that we put a hat on.
You were hired on a Friday night.
Yes, sir.
And your very first day on the job, this school wins a state championship, albeit in
it's
soccer.
Karma, man. It's karma.
But you were there in Georgetown to see
Absolutely.
this school win a state championship in soccer. What does that do for a total athletic program and a school?
Well, first of all, I want to recognize again Mike Chapman, because this is by no accident that you win a state championship. There are many times that you and your players can bow out and say, man, we made it to the semifinals, or man, we made it to the quarterfinals. But it takes that integrity and that character that we talked about to be able to persevere and make it through. And I think that's what Mike Chapman has instilled in his kids, and he's the standard. And I think that sort of standard is something that everybody else can build on. So I really believe that him winning the state championship in soccer, it is going to create that pervasive feeling of winning, and winning the right way, you know, on our campus. And as I look around and I see the track team just won district, you know, the other night, and I know Rodney Smith and the wonderful job that I watched him do with the basketball program here. You know, this is a winning school. Mm-hmm. And if you look at places that win, not only the football team wins, but it is, again, that pervasive feeling of winning, and it just, you know, it exudes itself into the rest of the program. So we look forward to that. We look forward to our football kids congratulating our soccer kids, and the soccer and football being one, mm-hmm. and then we carrying this feeling of championship over from the spring to the fall to the winter of next year.
Coming in and installing a program is nothing new to you. You did it at Lago Vista.
Yes,
you
sir.
did it at Marlin,
yes,
successfully going to the playoffs twice.
Mm-hmm.
You moved to LBJ in Austin, had a slow start to the season, but turned things around right in the midseason,
yes,
to go to the playoffs. Now you come to University. Without going too much in depth, how does a coach come in and just start his program and get the kids to buy into it?
Yeah, well, first of all, you really have to give the kids something that they can hold on to. If you tell a kid to catch a ball, but you don't show him how to catch the ball, you really haven't given him anything. So what we try to do is we try to break it down and give the kids the tools for success. And one of the things that we've figured out, and after great study, is that every year, if we have a mantra, something that we can hold on to, that the kids will rally behind that. And so our philosophy and our mantra this year is going to have to do with a new commitment. It's going to have to do with being committed to that which we do. And so we talk to the kids about focus. And focus is an acronym. The F is for finding out your purpose. You know, whatever we're doing, that's what we're doing. We have a single focus, and we're on it, and we're going to do the best job that we can possibly do. The O is for organization. We let the kids know that you always have to be organized. Plan your work, work your plan. The C is for commitment. We ask our kids to do more than what we're going to pay you to do, because if you'll do that in life, you're going to be fine. The U is the pride part of it. It's for understanding that someone else has come and done this job so that you could have this nice building. Someone's come before us and they've done a great job so that you can be here today. And I really believe that, and that's very important. And then the S is for service. You know, we just believe that only what you do for Christ will last, and we also believe that it's all about what you can give back to your community. And so that's what we teach the kids. We rally around it every day, and it's a great deal for us.
Speaking of focus, in the coming days, if not today, if the coming days, you'll be in your office probably looking at, okay, who do I have coming back? What am I going to start building around? Have you had a chance to do that yet, or is that an unfair question at this point?
Oh, no. I've been watching for the last last 10 days or so, actually, even before I got the job, I started to watch the game film from last year. It's online, so I pulled it up, and I've been trying to watch a game a night, and you know, just kind of picking through it. The thing that jumped out at me is we look like we're well endowed in the running back area. But just kind of hard to tell right now exactly what we have or what we will do. As far as an offense and a defense, Dale, I've got to see the whites of the kids' eyes. I mean, I've got to see their feet on the ground. I've got to see them running before I can say, well, we're going to do this or we're going to do that. Now, I've had success with running the flex bone, and that's what I like the flex bone because it's something that teams don't see every day. Most teams these days are in the spread, and when you gather them up and you run something like that, they have a hard time dealing with it and the adjustments that you make. Defensively, Coach Kevin Compton is probably going to be our defensive coordinator. He was with me in Waco and Marlin and now at LBJ. And we want to run a 4-2-5 because the little film that we've watched, we think we have those kind of kids. You know, I was telling Coach Denson when Tyler Lee was really good, they had fullback guys playing defensive line. They were quicker than they were big, you know, and the cornerbacks playing outside backer, you know, and we think we've got that kind of personnel here. So that's kind of what we're looking at. But yes, we've been looking at, without seeing the actual depth chart, without meeting the kids and seeing them on the field, we've done the best that we can do so far is just kind of looking at the film.
Great. Well, Coach Willis, welcome back to Waco. Welcome to Waco ISD, making a return here at University High School. You seem like you're a pretty happy man today.
Oh man, there's no doubt about it. I'm ecstatic today. I'm a blessed man is what I am. Just really, very pleased to be home.
Great. Congratulations,
you,
and we look forward to this fall with the Trojans out at Waco ISD Stadium. This is Coach Keith Willis, the new head football coach of the University Trojans here at University High School, where there are learners today, leaders tomorrow.